All right, guys, good evening. Welcome to Team Call Tuesday. We're going to jump into some recognition and get our announcements out of the way so we can then talk leveraging the launch, because I don't know about you guys, but I know Fran and I both, I'll speak for you, Fran, are so excited about Gut Protocol. When it launched at Leadership, we both just looked at each other freaking out, and we know this can be a program that will completely change your business. 9 times out of 10, people suffer from some sort of gut issue. And how awesome to offer something else that can be a solution for so many people out there who have issues, right? And then to accompany it, there is an awesome freaking workout program that is not even low impact, but it is no impact, because as your gut is healing, that's what it needs to be going through. Similar to the Ultimate Reset, but that's here nor there. Let's share the screen and get through some announcements so that we can jump right into the meat and potatoes of the launch. Okay, guys? So we'll get in here. Okay, so first off, guys, our Success Club board. I'm so proud of you guys. This has had massive jumps since last week, so I have to give everybody on here a huge round of applause. You guys, Peyton leading the pack at 10. Maddie and Marie are right there neck and neck. Maddie was at 2 last week, jumped to 8. Marie was gone camping, still made it happen. Heather's on the board. You guys, just makes me so happy to see my leaders come back every single month consistently hitting Success Club. So awesome job, guys. Tiffany is brand freaking new, guys, and I am so stinking excited for her. She's just running with it, and I love when everybody kind of just trusts the process and runs along with it. Sarah, she's also fairly new. She's doing the thing. She's hitting every month. Amazing. But over here, guys, I'm so happy to see, you know, the veteran coaches still working at it, making it happen, and the newbies who are out here, like, look at those names. So many of them are so new that I have to, like, whose person is this? Where is this in the downline? And that really is so exciting for me, because we're creating a lot of depth. So there's still plenty of time in the month, you guys. Make it happen. I was just listening to Erin Hopkins, and she cracks me up because she's like, Success Club 6 is not the goal, right? That's the bare minimum. So that kind of fired me up of like, gut check, right? Like, I gotta go, I gotta get it done, I gotta make it all happen. And so I'm sorry you guys get me after a call with Erin, because it makes me really excited, like I had 27 Energizes when I only had a cup of tea. So awesome sauce there. Welcome to the new coaches. Regina, who is sponsored by her sister, that's amazing. And then Odell and Ashley coming in under Tiffany, which is why Tiffany earned Coach of the Week. Congratulations, my friend. I'm so happy to be running with you and have you as part of the team, and for leaning in, not only trusting the process, but trusting me with all the crazy things I throw at you every day. So congratulations, my friend. I definitely will blow this up all over social media, but amazing job. She not only went Emerald in 24 hours, but she hit Success Club in 24 hours. So she's brand new, made a decision and made it happen, like in 24 hours. So amazing job. I can't with that. Keep it going. She's phenomenal. So really quick, we're not going to go over this in too much detail because we have too much good stuff to talk about. But as far as announcements, guys, use those promo codes. I ask a few of my leaders when I'm in one-on-ones, like, how many promo codes have you used? And, well, you know, I'm like, no. You need to create the FOMO around those to really make it seem like you only have 1 or 2 left to seal those deals. And on top of that, you have a flash sale going on. Like, you guys, there is no better time to join what we have with Diesel Nation, which we're all a part of, than the flash sale. So utilize that, make it happen. That's how you can lock in Success Club, no problem. The prizes are amazing. And anybody that buys this month gets Gut Health, that's so long, Gut Health Protocol, on sale next month at half off. So all the more reason to get them signed up now and rocking, right? Okay, so we're gonna move into leveraging the launch really quick. I want to see your faces though while I say this to you, because another super fun announcement that I have been keeping in my belly for way too long that I finally get to tell you guys is next Monday around 8 a.m. I hope none of you are busy because I'm going to be bringing the heat on the National Wake Up Call. And I cannot wait to speak to you guys.
It's
You see me every week,
here.
but it'll be totally insane to speak to the whole network. So I've been keeping a secret, but that's why my internet doesn't cut out anymore. We had to make some massive changes because I've been working really closely with Sandy to bring some amazing content to you guys next Monday. So I hope you'll tune in and see us all there. All right, so I just had to see you guys because that's too fun. We'll go back to sharing the screen. Fran will probably pop in and help me go over all of this, but essentially what this is, I'm gonna take a breath. I'm gonna let you guys get your pens and your paper ready because Fran and I have gone back on how we created launch plans. Now, corporate does a launch plan, Diesel Nation does a launch plan, but we look back at our most successful launches and the ones that we really stuck to a plan, like MBF, I think that was my highest success club ever. Not niche specific, like 30-day breakaway, corporate was like, you guys had one of the largest launches of all the coaches, but it was a runner specific program. How? When I don't run. So I'm telling you that because I think Fran's organization has really helped Katrina, but because together we come up with these launch plans that really help you dial in your marketing. So I'm going to preface it with corporate's going to come out with a launch plan and a launch bundle with all your pricing graphics and all that. It's still your job as your boss and to make the most out of this launch, to get in there and know the ins and outs of that launch plan. We're not going to do that for you. That's your job. But we're going to show you how to kind of market it on the backside, like through your stories and your emails and those type of marketing to really hype it up outside of what corporate's going to tell you. Okay, so there's the I don't know, tutorial of what we're about to show you. So I'll make this bigger. Thank you to Fran for making this beautiful, because I think it came over as a solid, like black and white thing. And I said, Fran, just make it pretty and add whatever you want into it. So essentially it's a 3-week, we have 3 weeks to launch day. And we're going to be doing some fun things that I'm going to let Fran talk about the Snoop group, but how this is going to work is you're reverse engineering those last 3 weeks before launch, right? So right now we need to be doing a lot of things. Like if you haven't started talking about gut issues or, you know, signs of an unhealthy gut, I just finished a cleanse. Like that wasn't because I love doing the 3-day refresh. I hate that thing, but I did it because I wanted to talk about bloat. I wanted to talk about, you know, how you feel with your energy. Like I cut out coffee. That's insanity for me in my household. 2 of the days I didn't even have Energize, but I used that as leverage to start talking about gut issues in general. So really quick, an overview. We will be opening a Snoop group. It'll be on Facebook. You guys can dump all your people. Don't just send mass invites, but anybody who is interested in that, we'll put them in one place where then we will have like a question and answer place. We have specific content that goes out about the program to explain it to anyone who's interested. So you don't have to do that. Like it's already done for you. Talk about amazing. I never had anyone do that for me. So, and Fran really helps. The organization of that is all her. So thank the leaders that always step up to do this for you guys, because you guys, that is huge. I could never leverage a launch the way I do without the organization and the content of that group. So that's going to open on Wednesday, March 9th. Write it down, mark your calendar, take a screenshot. I don't care how you remember it, but you're going to want to be able to tell your people. I have an info group, no strings attached. You can come in here, check it out, super awesome, and be a fly on the wall or see what goes on. And so typically what Fran and I have done over the years with that group is you know, we give them the content and all of that. And then because this is also tied to a workout and there's always a sample of that, we do that sample together the Saturday before launch. And what we do is we don't share the sample link until after that. So we're like, that gets these people in the group, that builds the FOMO, that builds the excitement, right? And then if they don't make it on Saturday, that's okay too. But I have statistically found that by getting them in there and they have the sense of the community doing that workout on Zoom, that then they're more like, oh, so that's what the challenge group looks like. That's what this, you know, they're not kind of just coming in like, okay, I have no idea, I'm going to join this group, right? They already have a full feel of it. And because there's posts and things they can interact with, it really, really shows them what we do in our groups, okay? So before they even know what that, you know, group or situation, whatever, look like. So that's awesome. Mark your calendars for March 9th. We'll be dumping our people in there. The program doesn't actually launch until March 15th. So we're going to be in Punta Cana that weekend. So that wasn't probably the best on the Success Club trip. That probably wasn't the best day to launch it, other than there's never a great day, right? So we'll get it launched. There isn't a coach and customer window for this launch. It's just one launch day. So essentially, we want all our coaches to purchase on the 15th so they can kind of figure it out. And then, of course, you can sell it to anyone and everyone at that point. But we won't actually kick off until the following Monday. We'll have a prep week. And that will be going over everything they need to know. They're getting their stuff, they're learning the containers. Sorry, I have to turn this heater off. Because it's not portion fix, guys. It's not going to be, it's still using the containers, but it's not based on our old calorie brackets or anything like that. It's completely different. So there's gonna be a learning curve. Guess what? For you guys, as well as myself, I've never done the program and neither of my challengers. So we don't want anything kicking off anywhere close to purchase day, because there is going to be a learning curve. And what I've heard from the test group participants is it's a little bit of a larger.
Why? That's what?
Totally have squirrel brain. So
I think it's
¿Qué pinta?
Ada, can you mute yourself, please?
Sorry, unmute because I can't focus. So see, I even got this scrolling up. So because it's going to be so new, that's what we're all going to be working on Monday, March 21st of prep. And then we'll kick off the actual test group on the 28th, where they start logging their nutritionals and their workouts and doing all the things. Okay. About those dates, how we're going to work that. Fran, do you have anything you want to say about that? I know you're going to kind of, you always, I mean, and you don't have to, dear, but you always take over the Snoop group and kind of get that open and the content in there and help us out on that end.
Yes, I mean, as we get, absolutely. As we get closer, obviously I'll give a lot more instructions. We do it purposely just a few days beforehand. We want to make sure that we keep the momentum up. I would say the biggest thing for you to have success with the people that you put in the Snoop troop, of course, we're going to do all the posts for you. We've got that handled. But the most important part is the back end. So make sure that number one, you're already getting to familiarize yourself with whoever you're putting in there. What exactly in there is it that they're looking forward to? Are they having stomach issues? Is it bloating? Are they having a hard time losing weight? Because you want to use those trigger words, really those pain points, so that you are constantly, talking to them, following up. Oh my gosh, this is why the Optimize is going to be perfect for you in this gut health program. In other words, you're not going to just throw them into this Facebook group, because I've noticed in the past, me personally, when I've done that with my own prospects, I don't have a good turnaround. And at the end of the day, I didn't serve them. They don't feel that I'm looking out for them specifically. So just make sure that when you add them in that group, that you ask a lot of questions, that you are voice messaging them. They want to hear your, your voice, that you're asking them questions and so forth, getting to know them. At the end of the day, this goes, obviously, you guys know this, right? I'm not teaching you guys anything new. This is something that we do for all of our prospects, but specifically for me, I feel it's important for gut health because there's so many reasons, menopausal or a thyroid health issue. I love that Autumn is talking a lot about our gut being the second brain of our body. Like that's the second control center. I love that she's doing that a lot. Anytime she posts about that, I'm always sharing it on my stories. And yeah, that, like Katrina said, use those, those buzzwords, right? Hormones, the second, your second brain, all of those things. Make sure you're talking a lot of the bloating, having difficulty losing weight, getting older for some of us. Like use all of those words that she definitely, Autumn mentions a lot in her stories. And as far as the rest of the dates, I'm looking to see if there's anything. No, I think you covered it all, Katrina. Like she said, we are in Success Club at our trip. So like, that doesn't make sense to start while we're there. We always want to have like some sort of kickoff. I do want to make sure that you guys please take a screenshot, put in your calendars, put alarms on all those dates, especially when we are going to be, and we'll be talking as we get closer, but when we do end up doing our team workout, so that, at the end of the day, so many people join us because of the community. So if we all show up, we all have a great time doing these workouts. I love that it is no impact. So I'm super excited about that. No, this is going to be an amazing program. Katrina and I can't stop talking about it.
I'm really excited for it myself. And I have to say that one thing I've been using as a buzzword in my stories is, how many times have you heard trust your gut? And I've found myself like just telling Brad literally before I came up here about selling our truck, like, you just got to trust your gut. He's like, it sounds like I'm listening to your stories. So I'm laughing because I've always said this to you guys when we talk about what we're doing. When you're sick of talking about it is when people start listening. So you cannot feel like you're bored in talking about it, or, oh, I said it yesterday, I'm not going to say it again today. Like, give yourself, I always keep like a little notepad in my phone of, like, Fran and I are talking about these buzzwords, right? Like, I'm like, the trust your gut, your second brain, how your gut affects your sleep, how your focus, your skin, obviously bloating, weight loss, those kind of things, which we're going to help give you these. I mean, you're with us for the next 3 weeks to launch this program. We're going to give you guys those as, reminders every week. And once you go through the launch from corporate, you're going to be like, oh, I got this. The one thing I'm going to tell you before we start the marketing is you got to know how you're tracking this, because I use my business activity tracker. I bind it. I think I've said this 1,000 times, but the back page, you guys can't see this, I'm holding it up. How cute. The back page of the business activity tracker has like a lined sheet, and those are anybody who's ever shown interest. I work it a little different when it's a launch, opposed to like me keeping track of just my regular challengers, because anybody that takes a poll, anybody that likes a post about it, like, they don't even have to have any engagement. They're going on this page, because when it comes time to invite to the Snoop group, I'm going to say, hey, I noticed you like my post about gut health, or, my story about gut health, and I'd love to invite you to a free informational group about what the gut protocol is. And a lot of times people will be like, sure, you can add me, no problem. And what I do is I send them the link so that they actually have to initiate entering into the group. But if you don't write their names down, you have no way of knowing they went in the group. So even though you send them the link, once that group is open, because it's going to be all of my people and all of Fran's people and all of your people and all of you on the calls people, that group can get pretty big, right? So you don't want anyone to fall through the cracks. Launches, if you leverage them correctly, can explode your business. 645 exploded my business. Mary came on with me at 6:45 and now like she's gone into Diamond, right? Like there is so much potential within a launch, but had I forgot to like talk to her about, this is why I think it would be perfect for you, Mary, since you're in this group on the side, right? The back end that Fran was talking about, she would have maybe fell through the cracks. So make sure you're writing everybody down that shows interest. As you send them the link to join the group, they have to like go into like the next funnel, right? So that once they're in the group, you can tag them in different posts and you can send them messages like with different content. Let's say that someone struggles with, this is just an easy one. Let's say someone struggles with like acne or something on their skin. We have to be very careful of medical claims. So they have skin problems and they want in this because they think it could have to do with their gut health. Okay, so when we talk about that in the content, you're going to want to send them a message because, you know, like, hey, this is why I think this program is going to be so perfect for you. I'm so glad you're in here checking it out. Please let me know if you have any questions. So the back end leg to make all this work, the legwork on the back end, is up to you guys. We can post all the content we want, but if you don't make them feel, you know, like this is an inclusive but exclusive group, a lot of work can kind of be, you know, gone to the wayside. And we don't want anyone to slip through the cracks because that's all potential. Like that could be your next 15-star diamond coach. So nobody falls through the cracks, no man left behind kind of jam, okay? So with that being said, you can ask me privately, you can put it in the team page, I don't care. If you're not sure of how you're gonna track it, let's come up with that system first, okay? And you know, Fran is the organization queen, so I'm sure she can offer some things as well.
You know what, Katrina? I try not to overcomplicate it. What has worked for me for all challenge groups, even my higher success club numbers, I have one little notebook that's like my black book. I take it everywhere. I open up a new page for every month and I literally have a little line in the middle. When I talk, I'm going to have a special page, not for the month, a special page just for gut health protocol, because I already have so many people asking me, tell me a little bit more. So two things I do. One, on Instagram, I do have a collection that's called Gut Health Protocol. I want to make sure that if I don't have that notebook with me, I go ahead and just pin their latest whatever post and I put them on there. If I can't get into their post for one reason or another, I do a screenshot of their profile. I want to make sure everybody gets on my book. And then what I'm doing with my book is I have their names, and then I am going to write specifically, part of my notes is going to be what part of gut health protocol do they feel will address whatever ailment, issue, you know, or more than one. But what specifically is it that they need? I'm always looking for pain points. We all know there's a reason why they changed the name to Total Solution Packages. We have the total solution, but we've got to make sure that it solves a specific problem for each person. So that's how I do it. I'm not very complicated. I've got one little black book. It's one notebook. It's not even that cute. I mean, I make it cute and that of course I have colors and whatnot, but you don't have to be that silly. You can use pencil, pen, whatever. But yeah, definitely try to keep it all at once. I think, Katrina, you're 100% right. And to me, and I'm sure Katrina agrees, at the end of the day, follow-ups is everything. Absolutely. All of my success club numbers come because I'll even call myself out and say, if they're ghosting me, I don't want to be a bother to you. I don't know if it's that you keep forgetting to answer back, which totally happens to me all the time, or like, listen, if you want me to like, hey friend, give me till next month or back off, by all means, tell me. I'm more than happy to, but just let me know. But at the end of the day, I follow up incessantly.
Yes. But
one more thing that I think you mentioned.
Right? You have to have
100%
follow up. So that's pretty much just make sure you have, I write mine in my activity tracker. Fran has a separate book. It's the same thing. We're pen and pencil. But we write them all down, right? So make sure make sure you're doing that so that when it does come time to invite to this, you're not like, oh, I don't have anybody interested, right? Or who was that person, and having to try to dig for it. So essentially this week, how this is going to work is we're going to give you weekly homework, yay, for your business, holding your hand through this launch. And now some of our veterans on the call, like, you know, you guys, you've got this, you've been through 4,700 launches, but it's always good to refresh, to keep the excitement going with a newer program, right? So talk about that. Why are you excited about the program? This is what, if I were to look at your stories in the next few days, this should be things that I should see in your story slides. Why you're excited about the program, how it's going to benefit you, how to communicate with the audience, the benefits of signing up in the first launch. Like we have a raffle for anyone who signs up on the day of launch, or that week usually. And how they get into what we call our test group. It's going to be the first round of this program let out to the network and the public. And that's pretty much a test group because no one's done it. So those are really exciting things that can create FOMO, but also gets people excited to start tuning into what you're going to say over the next few weeks. Now, to be honest with you, my launch plans, I guess you'd say, are usually a lot longer than 3 weeks. Like I think 9-week Control Freak took us about 9 weeks to prepare for the program. So you only have 3 weeks. And why I bring that back up is you guys need to be talking about it every single day for the next 3 weeks to really make that impact, right? So outside of those marketing focuses right there in your stories, you can talk about the program. Use the details of things to talk about. You use the fact that it is a no impact program. I mean, I don't think there's any guys on here, and many of us have all had kids, maybe multiple. The fact that jumping around isn't always the best. Talk to that. Speak to the fact that it's no impact, right? I love that she's including 4 optional cycle rides because I'm addicted to my bike, and that was the first thing I thought. How am I going to go 4 weeks without my bike? I mean, I'm doing Body Beast right now and I'm still factoring in my bike. So those are things like when I get off the bike, I'm like, I still have to give up my bike when the new program comes out. So talk about it, talk about it, talk about it. Don't feel like you are over talking or oversharing about it, because everybody that sees your post is a completely different audience than that sees your stories. So I don't know what's blown up. I'm really sorry.
Totally agree.
So keep talking about it.
Totally agree.
Let people
Katrina,
know.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I know there's a lag. One of the things that I think used to hold me back to like fully lean in on launches is I thought it was so important to know all the details. And while that is important to familiarize yourself with what it, and we've really pretty much put the details in here for you. It's 4 weeks long, 4 workouts per week, 30 minutes, no impact, optional cycle rides. Those are important, yes, of course. But to me, even more important is for you to share on social media. Why is this important for you? Like if you're going through menopause, if you have hormonal issues, if you have any kind of gut health issues. My daughter and my son and my husband, both major, like they will spend entire weekends on the toilet. But they know I will be talking all about that because they need that kind of, if you have any kind of thyroid issue, whatever that is, try to find specifically why is it important for you. Yes, you're going to cover all the other things, the skin, obviously the hair, that's all awesome, of course. But at the end of the day, people don't care what you have to offer. They want to know why they should join you specifically. So make sure you talk a lot about those benefits that you're looking forward to, why you're excited. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're fine. That's what the focus is this week, is the marketing focus. And
yeah.
The first one is why you are excited about this program, and mine is sleep. When your gut is completely healthy, you sleep so much better, which means your muscles repair, which means you get better results within your programs, which could be the direct reflection of why you are or aren't losing weight. So those are all things we're going to get to explore as we do the program as well. So I just want to make sure down here. Yes. So we do have, like, this is the next slide. I would literally just screenshot this, right? Because it's what the program is, who is it for, and how you talk about it. So we call that breadcrumbing in our business. And that's kind of what Fran was just talking about, is you got to talk about those gut health issues. You got to talk about not only how it affects you, but maybe your clients, maybe challengers, people in the past, right? And what does it mean to have a healthy gut? What is gut health? Those are all things that it's okay to say, like, before this program came out and I started looking into gut health, I didn't really even know what gut health was. I mean, I knew from like the Ultimate Reset or the 3-day refresh that like sometimes you got to reset that, but no, it's something that needs to be handled on a daily basis. And so those are like, that was my own experience. That's something I share on my Instagram, right? But these are some great things that you can talk about. I put regularity on there, which not everyone wants to talk about on social media, but I tell you what, I bet you anything, if you do, there's someone out there that's like, oh, do you think this could help me? You know, and you got to speak to a few of these things, and you can use digestive issues or whatever you want. I always talk about the prebiotics. That's why I love Shakeology. That darn Bacillus coagulus is never going to escape me. It's the reason why I pay $130 a month for my shake. But you got to talk about it. So breadcrumb it in your stories this week, right? You're going to want to make sure you're talking to no ends about it. And there is a little bit of homework down here. And I'm not going to check on it or make you turn it in. I might ask my girls, you know, who got it done or who needs help. But essentially, set up an interest form. Like if you have a link tree, or there's lots of different, we go over this every launch. So unless you're new, this shouldn't be news, but you want to have Google Forms going out there. And now on Instagram, you can put your link right on there. If people are interested, they don't even have to go to a link tree. You can have them set up. Fran just dropped the Google Drive or Google Doc that she's using for interest. You can put that up on your stories, but you can have it in your bio where you're like, check out the link in my bio. But once again, even doing this, and for the new girls, we will set you up. I can do a little tutorial in the team page. I think I have one saved on YouTube of how to set up your link tree in a Google form and track those responses. So Google will track your own responses, but I still put them in my book that goes everywhere with me, so that when I'm doing follow-ups, I can shoot them right off from my book, okay? And once again, you need to start tracking who's taking the polls on your stories, who's liking posts, who's anything that you write about gut health, who's involved or giving you a thumbs up, because those are the people you're gonna then turn into invites, right? So you gotta have to like start the conversation. It's so easy. They like a post or something on your stories, be like, hey, I saw you watch my story about gut health. Do you struggle with any gut issues? I'd love, you know, to help you solve them with this program. There's like, I think so many people overthink it, especially in the excitement and hype of a launch. But in reality, we're just finding a solution to a problem. Super, super simple. So this is the one you're going to want to kind of take a screenshot of, because that's your homework and what you're going to be talking about this week. And just remember making it specific to why you're excited, what it's going to do for you. Like, you know, maybe you struggle with sleep, maybe you struggle with skin, maybe it's hair loss. Like, don't be afraid to like Google. I Googled, it's for next week, I think, those signs of an unhealthy gut. And I started like looking and doing my own research on a lot of stuff that then I'm like, I'm no expert on this, but what I've found is, right, and you can speak to that as well. So that's kind of the kickoff of what we're going to do with this. We'll have 2 more weeks to prep and get this thing ready. And I think we should be in good shape to go. We just have to start talking about it. Fran, does anyone need this still? Did everybody get a screenshot?
Hopefully everybody got it. Yeah.
I think so. All right, if they want this one. It's pretty simple of what the program details are.
Totally.
for now until we dig deeper into,
Exactly. And like Katrina said, we want to make sure that you don't get overwhelmed. I know what happens if you're anything like me. I used to have analysis paralysis. This is the time to, go with your gut, literally, and just talk about what, why you're super excited about this. And little by little, we'll give you guys different topics to talk about.
yeah, so you're not going to get bored. We have 3 weeks to get this thing out. That's why we're starting early. I think we've got some stories we can totally put, we can put some stories together for you guys and kind of help talk about it that way. But that's kind of a fun thing
We're
and
definitely
something new. And you guys, Autumn's
Absolutely.
programs always do well because she promotes them as well. I don't know anyone, maybe Carl, that works harder than Autumn. So she is a huge asset to our network with these programs. And I mean, I think she's changed all of our lives as it is, but make sure that, I always look at it as like, I want to do her program justice. I know that's crazy, but it's like, that was the program that did change my life. So I want to do her next program justice in that we blow it out of the water every time.
Without a doubt, without a doubt. And she, not only that, but remember her sister's a coach. So she knows what we go through. She even went all out and did like these beautiful slides for us, stories and stuff. If you don't know where to find them, I'll shoot them in our messenger. But yeah, no, she really goes above and beyond than I think any other trainer. So I'm super excited about that. Thank you, Katrina.
You are so welcome. I am excited to see you guys next week on the team call as well as the national wake up call. I didn't expect to be on that. And then I was like, wait, you want me to talk about what? Okay. So it's been interesting. But needless to say, it'll be great. And we'll be back to back next Monday and Tuesday. And Diesel Nation sneak peek tomorrow night. If you need a sneak peek to invite to, I'll be speaking there too. Just kidding. So other than that, guys, thank you for your time and for pouring into the launch as much as we are. I cannot wait to see what this program does for our businesses. And all my East Coasters, do not go anywhere because I need a picture. Because I always forget, my girls know this. So maybe take your cameras off if you can, unless like you're in the bathroom or something. But I got to see your face in order to tag you. That's how that works. 1, 2, 3.
Cheese.
Awesome. If you missed the Diesel Nation call tonight, it was with Aaron and Emily talking about converting PCs to coaches. And Aaron had some 5 awesome gut checks that I think we all need to go through, but that's totally what she talks about. So go check that one, guys. And if you're still awake and need something, otherwise catch the replay and I'll see you next week.
Bye. Love you guys.
Love you too.